Have you ever found yourself in a situation where the next step is frightening, uncertain, and makes you stop? Most people at least once in their lives face a situation in which they simply do not know what to do next. Sometimes it is from lack of knowledge, sometimes from doubts about the right choice, and often just out of fear of failure. What kind of job should you choose? How to respond to an insult? Maybe you should quit your job? Is it worth dealing with this or that person? Where to get the strength, patience, and resilience to survive failure or grief? Each of us from time to time asks such questions. And often in such moments we lack the right advice, roadmap, instructions on what to do. How we would all like to have such a useful manual at our hand. Thousands of years of practice by Stoic philosophers and their followers have developed and tested over time principles that make it easier to find the right answer to the question of what to do and what the next step should be. Guided by the Stoic principles of Zeno of Citium, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, you can cultivate the qualities of courage, virtue, strength, and wisdom that will help you make the right choice in difficult times. In this video, we'll explore the 50 principles of Stoicism, each of which is the result of the life experiences and hardships of the Stoics throughout their history. But before you begin your journey to become familiar with these principles, take a small step forward, join our channel, and like the video. Let's get started. Principle 1. Embrace simplicity. The Stoics, akin to Seneca, embraced simplicity as a route to inner tranquility. Research on minimalism posits that having less can culminate in greater happiness and mental lucidity. Seneca opined, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, it is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This encourages us to streamline our lives, divesting ourselves of the burden of the superfluous and fixating on the essential. Principle 2. Contemplate the transitory nature of life. Marcus Aurelius invites us to reflect upon the fleeting essence of existence. Wisdom psychology corroborates this perspective by demonstrating how a long-term outlook diminishes concern over superficial matters and cultivates a profound appreciation for each moment. As the philosopher Emperor reminded us, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. This statement encourages us to embrace impermanence and approach life with gratitude for the present. Principle 3. Practice empathy. The Stoics champion empathy as a cornerstone of robust human relationships. Modern social psychology supports this principle by illustrating how empathy heightens the quality of our social interactions and our personal gratification. Marcus Aurelius challenges us to place ourselves in others' shoes, asserting, "Remember the close bond between yourself and the rest of mankind, and that we came into the world for the sake of one another." By nurturing empathy, we become more compassionate individuals, more deeply connected to our surroundings. Principle 4. Virtue as a guiding light. The Stoics believe that virtue constitutes the cornerstone of a rewarding existence. Positive psychology substantiates this notion by highlighting that the pursuit of personal virtues is tied to augmented life contentment. Seneca imparts a profound reflection: the wise individual finds contentment in their wisdom, no more, no less. This declaration underscores the significance of living an authentic life centered on individual values as opposed to seeking external validation. Principle 5. Harness the power of self-control. Epictetus reminds us that self-discipline stands as an indispensable pillar for personal transformation. Modern psychology corroborates this notion by showcasing the connection between self-discipline and success in life. His teaching, "No man is truly free who is not master of himself," prompts us to comprehend how our impulses and desires can curtail our liberty if left unchecked. Self-discipline liberates us from the shackles of momentary appetites and desires. Principle 6. Value reflection. The introspection advocated by Marcus Aurelius carries psychological benefits, including the alleviation of stress and anxiety. As he eloquently stated, "Nothing happens to anyone that they are not capable of bearing." Reflection affords us a more comprehensive understanding of our actions, emotions, and thoughts, equipping us to make well-informed decisions congruent with our values. Principle 7. Recognize what you can control. The Stoics, including Epictetus, encourage us to embark on a profound exploration of the notion of control within our lives. Cognitive science bolsters this concept by unveiling how incessant concerns over the uncontrollable can induce elevated levels of stress and anxiety. Epictetus left us with this pearl of wisdom: do not anticipate events to unfold as you desire, accept them as they occur. This underscores that instead of struggling against the tides of life, we ought to embrace them and concentrate on our actions and choices that fall within our sphere of influence. Principle 8. Choose your response. Influenced by the Stoics, Viktor Frankl, Austrian psychiatrist, philosopher, and neurologist, former prisoner of a Nazi concentration camp, illustrated that even in the face of adversity, we possess the autonomy to select our response. As he articulated, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom and our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our happiness. This principle reminds us that, even when circumstances challenge us, our power to choose and shape our response remains within our control. Harnessing this power can metamorphose our life experience. Principle 9. Embrace vulnerability. Epictetus urges us to accept our vulnerability as human beings. Psychological research illustrates that self-acceptance lessens anxiety and depression. Epictetus articulated, if you wish to improve, be content to be perceived as foolish and uninformed concerning external matters. By welcoming our imperfections and constraints, we liberate ourselves from undue self-imposition and discover greater inner serenity. Principle 10. Gratitude as a cornerstone. The Stoics' emphasis on gratitude has exhibited a favorable impact on mental and emotional well-being. Dedicating oneself to daily gratitude can elevate life satisfaction. As Seneca contended, life is akin to a loan that we can utilize for various purposes, but we must eventually repay it. Recognizing and appreciating what we possess, instead of fixating on what we lack, ushers us toward a more abundant life. Principle 11. Cherish the present moment. The Stoics hold the present moment in high regard. Psychology asserts that living in the present augments happiness. Marcus Aurelius conveyed, do not waste any more time debating what a good individual ought to be one. This principle urges us to treasure and seize the present instant, recognizing that the past is irrevocable and the future is uncertain. Principle 12. Embrace the willingness to change. Epictetus teaches that we should embrace what we cannot alter and summon the courage to change what we can. Positive psychology of change corroborates this principle. Epictetus affirmed, it is not what happens to you, but how you respond to it, that matters. By adjusting our outlook and actions, we can confront life with augmented resilience and authority over our circumstances. Principle 13. Serenity in the face of adversity. The Stoics extol serenity when confronted with adversity. The psychology of resilience emphasizes the significance of this outlook. Marcus Aurelius proclaimed, adversity is the crucible of an individual. It is only through adversity that one truly comprehends oneself. Facing challenges with composure and determination bolsters our resilience and allows us to flourish even in the harshest circumstances. Principle 14. Simplicity as elegance. Stoic philosophy advocates for simplicity as a source of elegance and clarity. Design psychology supports this notion, demonstrating how a simplified environment and life can enhance creativity and productivity. Epictetus reminded us, things are as they are, and not as we should wish them to be. Reducing unnecessary complexity in our lives allows us to focus on what truly matters. Principle 15. Community holds significance. The Stoics place importance on relationships and community. Sociological research bolsters this notion by revealing that robust social connections correlate with happiness and longevity. As Seneca postulated, no one possesses the entirety of wisdom. Wisdom belongs to all of us. Collaboration and mutual support within the community can enrich our lives and bolster our resilience. Principle 16. Moderation in all things. The Stoic doctrine of moderation aligns with scientific wisdom concerning balance in life. Psychological research underscores that moderation in habits and behaviors is pivotal for mental and physical health. Epictetus advised, "Do not yearn for what you lack, be grateful for what you possess." Upholding balance in our actions and desires enables us to exist harmoniously and avoid detrimental extremes. Principle 17. Authenticity and honesty. Epictetus and the Stoics emphasize the importance of living an authentic and honest life. The psychology of authenticity shows that being true to oneself is related to personal satisfaction. Epictetus reminded us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Practicing honesty and authenticity liberates us from the mask of hypocrisy and allows us to live with integrity. Principle 18. Mastery of emotions. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, advocated for the mastery of emotions. Emotional psychology supports this idea, highlighting how emotional regulation can improve the quality of life. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not let your emotions control you, change your thoughts, and you'll change your emotions." Practicing self-awareness and emotional management helps us make more balanced decisions and face challenges with composure. Principle 19. Strength in adversity. The Stoics, like Seneca, believe that adversity can be an opportunity to strengthen oneself. The psychology of resilience suggests that facing challenges can develop emotional resilience. Seneca said, "Do not lament your life. If you can improve it, do so. If not, then accept your fate." Learning to confront difficulties with determination and courage can lead to significant personal growth. Principle 20. The wisdom of listening. The Stoics value active listening as a way to learn and better understand others. The psychology of communication emphasizes the importance of this skill in improving interpersonal relationships. Epictetus advised, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Practicing attentive listening fosters empathy and enriches our connections with others. Principle 21. The strength of resilience. Resilience, emphasized by the Stoics, has been extensively studied in positive psychology. If you meet temptation, use self-control. If you meet pain, use fortitude. If you meet revulsion, use patience, Epictetus said. Cultivating resilience allows us to face challenges with flexibility and strength. Through adversity, we can grow and thrive, becoming stronger and wiser individuals. Principle 22. Deferred gratification. The Stoics promoted deferred gratification as a means of self-realization. The psychology of self-discipline shows how delaying reward can increase long-term satisfaction. Epictetus said, "Temptation often comes in the form of an immediate opportunity to satisfy a desire." Practicing patience and self-control allows us to achieve more meaningful and lasting goals. Principle 23. Empathy towards others. The Stoics valued empathy towards others as a means to strengthen relationships and community. The psychology of empathy shows how putting ourselves in others' shoes improves the quality of our social interactions. Seneca advised, "Man is sacred to man." Practicing empathy towards others helps us build deeper and more meaningful connections. Principle 24. Mental discipline. Cultivating a disciplined mind is a fundamental principle in Stoicism. Cognitive psychology supports the importance of mental self-regulation. Epictetus advised, "You are a slave to what you do not control." Practicing mental discipline allows us to free ourselves from destructive thoughts and negative approaches, leading to a more balanced and mindful life. Principle 25. Adversity as a teacher. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, considered adversity as an opportunity for growth and learning. The psychology of post-traumatic growth highlights how overcoming challenges can lead to greater resilience and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Adversity is the test of a man. Only when he has been tested in adversity can he know himself." Through difficulties, we can develop and gain a greater understanding of ourselves. Principle 26. Continuous self-assessment. The Stoics advocated for continuous self-assessment as a tool for personal growth. The psychology of self-awareness emphasizes the importance of reflecting on our actions and behaviors. Epictetus advised, "Examine your words and deeds, and you will soon see in what direction you are moving." Practicing self-assessment helps us identify areas for improvement and stay on the path of virtue. Principle 27. Self-compassion. Self-compassion promoted by the Stoics aligns with the psychology of self-compassion. Seneca reminded us, "There is no one more unfortunate than the one who never faces adversity." It is impossible to truly have compassion for others without loving and having compassion for yourself. Practicing self-compassion allows us to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in challenging times. Principle 28. The importance of continuous education. The constant pursuit of knowledge and wisdom is a fundamental principle of the Stoics. The psychology of lifelong learning suggests that continuous learning enriches our lives. Epictetus advised, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Staying open to new ideas and experiences enriches us and allows us to grow as individuals. Principle 29. Effective communication. The Stoics recognized the importance of effective communication. The psychology of communication highlights how clarity and empathy in communication can strengthen relationships and prevent misunderstandings. Epictetus advised, "Speak only when your words are more beautiful than silence." Practicing mindful and considerate communication can enhance our connections with others and promote more effective communication. Principle 30. Detachment from outcomes. Stoicism advocates for detachment from outcomes as a way to reduce anxiety and suffering. The psychology of detachment shows how focusing on the process rather than the results can increase personal satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not expect the fruits to be more than the labor." Practicing detachment allows us to free ourselves from worrying about what we cannot control and find peace in the action itself. Principle 31. Conscious decision-making. Conscious decision-making emphasized by the Stoics is essential for a meaningful life. The psychology of decision-making highlights how thoughtful choices can lead to more satisfactory outcomes. Epictetus advised, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Practicing conscious decision-making allows us to live in alignment with our values and goals. Principle 32. Persistence in virtue. The Stoics regarded persistence in virtue as the key to an ethical and meaningful life. The psychology of morality suggests that living in accordance with our principles leads to greater personal satisfaction. Seneca advised, "Virtue is the only good, virtue needs nothing else." Practicing persistence in virtue guides us toward an authentic and meaningful life. Principle 33. Efficient time utilization. Effective time management is paramount for a productive and meaningful life. Time management underscores how organization and planning can bolster efficiency and alleviate stress. As Marcus Aurelius aptly put it, life is squandered by forgetfulness. Embracing time management enables us to harness our most precious resource, time, enabling us to achieve our objectives and lead a more fulfilling life. Principle 34. Practicing awareness in daily routine. The Stoics treasured mindfulness in their everyday activities. The psychology of mindfulness reveals how being fully engaged in each moment can alleviate stress and enhance well-being. Epictetus wisely counseled, "When you cleanse your hands, when you partake in your meals, when you retire to sleep, be conscious of these actions." By being aware of ourselves in each moment, We live it to the best of our ability and don't allow empty thoughts to take over our minds. Cultivating mindfulness within our daily routines enables us to unearth beauty and significance in life's smaller moments. Principle 35. Integrity in actions. Integrity in actions is a fundamental value in Stoicism. The psychology of morality emphasizes how acting consistently with our values promotes personal satisfaction. Epictetus advised, "A man's true greatness lies in the consciousness of an honest purpose in life." Practicing integrity in actions allows us to live in alignment with our principles and beliefs. Principle 36. Physical self-discipline. The Stoics also emphasized physical self-discipline. The psychology of self-control highlights how maintaining healthy habits can improve the quality of life. Epictetus stated, "The body is the prison of the soul." Practicing physical self-discipline, such as exercise and a balanced diet, allows us to take care of our health and well-being, positively impacting our mind and emotions. Principle 37. Virtue as the ultimate wealth. Stoicism stresses that virtue is the most valuable possession one can have. The psychology of happiness emphasizes that living in alignment with our values fosters greater life satisfaction. Seneca sagely advised, "Genuine wealth is not desiring more." Exercising virtue as the highest value liberates us from the relentless pursuit of material goods, allowing us to discover authentic prosperity in our moral actions. Principle 38. Embracing impermanence. The Stoics acknowledge the impermanence of existence. The psychology of wisdom teaches that acknowledging this reality can lead to a heightened appreciation of each moment. Marcus Aurelius thoughtfully stated, "Everything you possess is today, once belonged to yesterday, tomorrow belongs to someone else." Practicing an understanding of impermanence enables us to live with gratitude for the present and confront life with serenity. Principle 39. The virtue of humility in success. The Stoics cherished humility even in the face of success. The psychology of success suggests that humility maintains our focus on growth and continuous improvement. Epictetus wisely counseled, "Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself." Exercising humility helps us remain anchored in our values, preventing arrogance and complacency. Principle 40. Acts of generosity and kindness. Generosity and kindness occupy a central role in Stoicism. Positive psychology underscores how acts of benevolence can heighten happiness and well-being. Seneca astutely advised, "Wealth is the slave of a wise man, and the master of a fool." Practicing generosity and kindness not only benefits those we assist, but also enriches our lives, fostering a deeper connection with humanity. Principle 41. Finding purpose and passion. The Stoics esteemed the discovery of a purpose in life and living with passion. The science of personal fulfillment highlights how having a sense of purpose can elevate life satisfaction. Epictetus wisely remarked, "Attach yourself to what is spiritually superior, regardless of what other people think or do. Hold to your true aspirations no matter what is going on around you." Practicing the pursuit of meaningful purpose and living passionately leads to a richer and more gratifying life. Principle 42. Embracing personal responsibility. Personal responsibility is a cornerstone value in Stoicism. The psychology of responsibility accents how taking ownership of our actions fosters growth and maturity. Marcus Aurelius shrewdly advised, "If it's endurable, then endure it, stop complaining." Practicing personal responsibility empowers us to take charge of our lives and make informed decisions. Principle 43. Respecting differences. The Stoics advocated for respectful acceptance of disparities among individuals. The psychology of diversity emphasizes how tolerance and respect for differences foster peaceful coexistence. As Seneca wisely stated, "If you wish to be loved, love." It should also be remembered that only someone who is different from us in some way can teach us something new. Practicing acceptance of differences helps us construct more inclusive societies and engage with others in a more harmonious manner. Principle 44, the value of simplification in life. The Stoics advocated for simplicity as a means to attain inner peace. The science of simplicity highlights that simplifying our lives can alleviate stress and enhance happiness. Epictetus aptly advised, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle: some things are within our control, and some things are not. Practicing simplicity helps us concentrate on the essential and enjoy a less complicated life. Principle 45, prioritizing personal authenticity. Stoicism promotes authenticity as a fundamental virtue. The psychology of authenticity underscores how staying true to ourselves correlates with greater life satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius wisely suggested, love the life you live, trust the journey you've been through. And Epictetus echoes, other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. Embracing authenticity allows us to live in harmony with our values and beliefs, ultimately leading to a more meaningful and substantial life. Principle 46, the influence of positive communication. The Stoics valued positive communication as a means to improve relationships and promote harmony. The psychology of interpersonal communication underscores how positive communication fortifies bonds. Epictetus wisely advised, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Practicing positive communication enables us to build healthier and more satisfying relationships. Principle 47, perseverance in knowledge pursuit. Patience in the pursuit of knowledge is a value endorsed by Stoicism. The science of learning highlights how persisting in acquiring knowledge fosters greater intellectual growth. Seneca thoughtfully advised, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Practicing patience in the pursuit of knowledge enables us to delve deeply into ideas and perspectives. Principle 48, acknowledging interdependence. Stoicism acknowledges the interconnectedness of all human beings. The psychology of community emphasizes how recognizing our connection with others can enhance our relationships and well-being. Epictetus wisely advised, any person capable of angering you becomes your master. He can anger you only when you permit yourself to be disturbed by him. Practicing recognition of interdependence helps us understand that our actions affect others and encourages us to live more consciously and ethically. Principle 49, cultivating tolerance for uncertainty. Tolerance for ambiguity is a valuable skill endorsed by Stoicism. The teaching of resilience underscores how being adaptable in uncertain situations can enhance our adaptability. Seneca thoughtfully advised, the wise man cannot receive anything unless he is prepared to receive it. Practicing tolerance for ambiguity empowers us to face challenges with serenity and develop our capacity for adaptation. Principle 50, the power of gratitude. Gratitude is a fundamental value in Stoicism. Positive psychology emphasizes how practicing gratitude enhances life satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius aptly advised, when you awaken in the morning, reflect on what a precious privilege it is to be alive. Practicing gratitude allows us to appreciate what we have and find joy in life's smaller moments. Remembering that every moment could be our last, the best thing we can do is to thank fate for every day given to us and utilize it as flawlessly as possible. And so you have come to know the 50 principles of Stoicism, which can be a guide for your successful, virtuous, and worthy life. Of course, guidance and action are not the same thing. But you can at least start, because, as Epictetus once said, how long do you think you'll delay becoming worthy of the highest progress and following the teachings of reason? You have already received the philosophical principles you should know. What other master are you waiting for to start improving? You are no longer a teenager, you are an adult. So if you continue to be negligent, lazy, and constantly procrastinate, making excuse after excuse and putting off the day you should dedicate to yourself, life will pass you by while you remain ignorant, until the day of your death. Personally, those words give me goosebumps. How about you? I hope that these tips will help you to pass the hardships and make the right choices. If you found them helpful, you can rate the video, as well as subscribe to the channel, or support it on Patreon. Thank you, and see you in the new video.